Welcome to the last video of the Slowdown series, where I'll be planning my goals for 2025. In the previous video, we made our vision board, and we're going to take ideas from that and make them into solid, achievable goals. Every year, there are lots of things happening, lots of events, lots of work done, and also a lot of memories created. I think it's quite important to take a moment to acknowledge what you have done over this past year. In this video, I'll be going to be reflecting on what I've set up for myself in 2024 and also the goals I'm planning for 2025. It'll be quite different for me since I'm just sitting down, recording myself at the desk instead of moving around. Alright, let's hop onto the computer and get started. So when I first bought this template, I had to make a lot of changes and it was quite expensive, so genuinely I think it's good for starting, but for the price point, I wouldn't really recommend it. Maybe it will work for you, but for me, I had to change a lot of stuff, and it was my first time using Notion and also planning my goals. Most of the goals are just not very defined. Some of them were a bit I would say slightly scuffed. I have a lot of stuff here, but these are really some of the small ones. Honestly, these are more of to-dos than goals. Like create a review hub, which is down here. That's what it looks like. It's a very small thing. Yeah, this basically it's just to review music, books, or shows, or even food. Then a lot of these are about games, like Genshin. You build characters, build Genshin teapots. I don't think I should have put these in my big goal planner. I mean, yeah, technically it is a goal, but still, yeah. And CCNY vlog, that's supposed to be part of in a simple content planner. That, looking back, that's supposed to go here instead. Look at this, make 3 friends in year 1. It's so, I didn't know what goals to set, but having a year of experience, some of them, let's say work-life balance, was one of my bigger goals, and it was a more achievable thing. At first it did. I mean, life comes in seasons, right? Polytechnic also comes in seasons. You know, first semester was kind of hard because it's all the taster modules. You know, there is challenges in that. Now, chill semester, I'm not having as much. I have more free time to do my own stuff, so that's very nice and all. Some of the more solid goals would be Art Fiesta. It's basically practicing, and these are all my coaching logs on what I can practice. So yeah, this part. So you have 1, 2, 3, the motivation behind the goal, the vision and manifestation, and the supporting actions. This is additionally add on by me, as I feel that having journal logs for some of goals really does help lah. For most of your goals, you don't have to track everything, every step of the way. I think looking at the bigger picture is pretty important as well. Being sustainable is pretty big for me, so what I did is I create a recycling tracker, and I track the amount of times, not the amount of items I've donated, not the amount of weight. So across this entire year, across 2024, I realized that I usually recycle a lot of paper stuff, which is cardboard, especially cardboard. When you get online delivery stuff, tissue boxes, when you just buy things, they come in cardboard. It's really easy to recycle. So along with plastic as well, a lot of plastic bottles can be recycled, and it's just easy. It's an easy thing to do. So yeah, I plan to continue this into this year as well. Keep recycling, and also to make time to give away old and unused clothes, which if you have yet to check out my video spring cleaning for 2025, that would be, I'll leave a card up here where I cleared out my old clothes and also did a lot of house cleaning. Achieving 40k steps a week. This was actually not bad. I would say that I have completed this. Being in Polytechnic, it's so easy to actually achieve this goal, especially if you're at school and just walking around the entire campus. So this this goal was actually very doable. It was just when like the holidays started, or like when you were in the holiday period, like right now for me. So I'm like, that's when you would usually decline in your steps because you're not going out as much. That's the only thing that I would have to be aware about, to continue to walk around, to continue bringing up my steps when, especially during a holiday period. Maybe go out more, even hanging out with friends actually increases your steps a lot. And for reading 10 books in 2024, I think I almost got it. I'm not sure. I only wrote 6.5. So for me, especially when reading, I read especially on commute to school. That's a really good time. Or I read when I'm bored, read when I'm like in a transitory kind of situation when I'm just waiting. And for, let's say, more of the fiction stuff, so the Dandelion Audit, it took me so long to like actually read this because I had weeks where I had CCA and I would just skip reading it. It's in February, but you don't want to know how long it took me to finish reading the book. At least for 2025, I set out that I can read 10 books in 2025. I got 6.5 in 2024, so I think I can push it lah. I think I already got some idea of what I want to read in the first place. So yeah, I would say carry it over. My grade 8 violin. So I actually play the violin as well, not just piano. And I think that playing the violin is really difficult. You would think that because I play piano, it makes playing the violin easy, but no, you only get the basics. You only know the basics a bit better. It's really unnatural for me at first, even now, so like I'm still trying, and I hope that I will be able to complete my grade 8 at least in February, March, before year 2 starts. So that's when I aim to lah, basically. I hope I can achieve it. I know that my progress is slow. I know it's tough. It is pretty tough. Something that I would say is that I don't give up. Every day, like almost every day, just practice, get better, get used to the runs, get used to the notes, chords, anything. Yeah. So my word for the year that I have decided to take on, which is exposure, which is kind of nice, I guess, as a photographer, because like, you know, it has some relation to that. But also in 2024, I did not really expose myself to that much things compared to, let's say, what my brother achieved. And media, he keeps reminding me that media exposure is important, and especially as a media student myself. So yeah, I do agree with that a lot. And I guess which also leads into one of my goals, which is to increase media exposure. The action of exposing a photographic film to light. So these are my 2 definitions, which I think that are pretty relevant to me, and it's just what I kind of resonate with currently. So I'm gonna put that in. In this part, I have some goals like I already lined up for myself, already pre-planned. So I'm gonna type them down. So I'm just gonna start the brain dump now. Okay, so I have brain dumped some stuff. Let's just go one by one lah. Cook 10 different dishes according to the festivities celebrated. This one I have planned out specifically. I was just doing it during like a class, and it's all year round. Really, like I have planned to cook, like especially for what's coming, Chinese New Year, and the dish would be mapo tofu. The one after that would be Valentine's, and maybe I'll make like something simple, like some sweet treats like muffins. And there's all the festivities, and some not necessarily locally celebrated. I think that this is a really good way for me to cook different dishes. And despite like me being an atheist, like I don't believe in God, but I do enjoy celebrating all these festivities like anyone would, you know. I think this would definitely be very fun. I think that it's definitely personal. These 3 all fall under media exposure. So read 10 books. I really hope that I do this year. I have some idea of what I want to read. that I've taken down in like a separate Notion page and watch 15 shows or movies. You know, maybe to some people it's like, bro, I already do that like without thinking. But for me, I watch things really slowly in order, because I don't binge watch. I don't believe in binge watching. I believe in like you just doing it at a more sustainable pace, once or twice a week for me. So which seems pretty like weird for I would assume that it would seem pretty weird for other people, but for me it's why it works and it's what I enjoy. Next is to listen to 15 music albums. This could be like for longer pieces of work, longer pieces of music, like symphonies, like all the Beethoven symphonies for example. Next is a professional goal, which is to get a vacation internship. I've applied for a job and I need to prepare for it, like prepare for the interview and go for the pre-training and stuff like that. So I'll all take it down and also try to manage it as well. And lastly, of course, here grade 8 violin. This will be a half-year goal, seeing depending on how long it takes me. I really hope that I get it. Maybe it's more personal than rather professional. Okay, I have a lot of all year round goals now that I'm looking at it. I mean, I've got to kind of balance with school as well, I guess. So that's the thing I have to consider. And also like other things in practice, because you know, when I come home from school, I have my own personal life. I need to practice violin and piano, and I do my own stuff like create these videos. Alright, now I'm gonna put in the supporting actions. So the supporting actions are just like your action steps in order to achieve that goal, especially for what I have done. I mean, let me just put I have prepared for this. So here, I'm just gonna talk about a few goals that I've already set in stone for me. Yeah, so I've been always cooking a lot of similar stuff, a lot of rice-based dishes, which is really simple, of course. And it's simple. It's nice to make, it's easy to make, simple. But in terms of like trying to expose myself to new things, like I would like to try out new things, basically, cook new foods. My manifestation for that would be. Okay, I have my list of foods here, which I'm gonna add the month for each, which is pretty straightforward. If you don't know, these are all correlated to festivities like in a year. So this is Chinese New Year, Valentine's, Hari Raya, Deepavali, and Halloween are like they are very close to each other. So I'm giving myself 2 weeks. I'm going pre-make the food, like practice making the food 2 weeks in advance. Alright, so this is something like that. And see, this is where the journal logs comes in. So the journal logs will be really beneficial. Like, oh, let's say I cook mapo tofu rice this Sunday, which I usually cook on Sundays. I can put down a journal log on how I think it was, how I feel, how good it was, was it good, was it bad, anything to improve, that kind of thing. And also one more thing is that I also read books. Okay, so read 10 new books, right? So this is especially for the supporting actions. I've already read out, let's say, the book I'm reading right now, which is The Woman in Me. And for this, I'll just have the time spent, that kind of thing. I'll start reading and a due date. So yeah, it's pretty, or like you can also call it finished reading. Yeah, so this is in progress. I'm like halfway there. I'm currently like reading. So I'll just put in the books that I plan to put in. These are just some of the general books that I've had in mind. These are, fiction, non-fiction, some stuff. And then at the end, I'm going to link. You can delete this. So it's really customizable. I'm going to link to a page. Yeah, so this is where I review books and stuff. This is what I've read. I probably need to update it. I haven't touched it in a bit. But basically, the book and then how I discovered it, how it changed, what I've learned from it, stuff like that lah. So it's quite nice. Okay, that's about it for now. Hi guys, I'm finished planning with my goals for 2025. I hope that it brought you new ideas on how you can plan for next year ahead. I also want to mention before I go that goals are also susceptible to change, so you may not feel aligned with it further down the line. And it's totally okay to change them. Let me know in the comments down below what goals you're setting for this year and what you look forward to achieve. I plan to start cutting my calories and starting a series soon, and I'm currently working on that. I wish you all a very happy new year, or when this video is uploaded, you at least enjoy your time during your new year's. And I will see you all in my next video. Cheers to 2025!